moved here in 2010 to Indianapolis, Indiana from Columbus, Ohio. And I moved here specifically for a job opportunity that was related to a nonprofit organization. And I was so excited because this was an opportunity that was going to allow me to add some essentials to my resume, something that I had never done before. And so I was taking a risk, leaving an opportunity where I had actually flourished all the way to become a director. And I was leaving that to take on a new challenge. And I was excited about it. And I actually was waiting for the job to actually give me the official letter saying that I was actually being hired, and it was coming through FedEx. Well, I waited at the hotel and the FedEx guy never came. And instead of that, I got a call. And the call was, the grant didn't go through, the job is not available anymore, and the position is gone. Finding out that the job wasn't going through was devastation for me. You know, I'm a single mother. I've been a single mother for over 9 years. I moved here to Indianapolis, Indiana without any family, not knowing anyone, never visited here. And so I felt that I was stuck. Devastation immediately. My thought process was, what do I do? And how do I support me and my son being here and not knowing anything? So I remember me and my son actually going to the downtown Indianapolis library, and we would be down there for hours. We would be down there for weeks. I remember one time we literally went down there from like 9 in the morning all the way till 6 p.m. and I filled out about 60 applications online. I was serious. I came down here with $3,500 to my name, and in a matter of about a month and a half, I had used it up completely. And I went from that to going to a shelter and staying in a shelter with my son. And that's where I had someone refer me to Dress for Success. And I have to tell you, even with that, the day that I was being referred by that person, I was being told me and my son had to leave the shelter. We had utilized all of our time at that shelter. She said, you know, Jeronna, I've never met anyone like you, and you weren't supposed to be here. And she was like, I don't know why you're not getting these full-time jobs. She was like, but I want to tell you that I think I know why. And I remember she hesitated and she literally pulled back and almost didn't want to tell me. And I'm like, no, tell me what, what can I do? What else, And she's like, I don't think it has anything to do with who you are, what you about, your credentials or anything. She said, I think it's how you dress. I was so ashamed to tell her that I had lost my shelter, my storage at the time. And so with losing that storage, I didn't have anything else. And being that we had been here for a period of time already, I had reused. And so I remember I was just like, well, what do I need to do? What's the resource? And she's like, I know an organization that can help you. And I'm like, well, what's the organization? And she's like, they're called Dress for Success. She's like, and that's literally what they do. They dress people to success. I did it that evening. And I remember the person I spoke to on the phone was like, I can get you in tomorrow. And I was like, okay. And after I got that, the next day before I even went to get the suit, I had the interview confirmed for the job that I ended up getting. But it all happened right at that moment. It was immediate, just a ripple effect of God's grace just happening. And I called Dress for Success. So they told me to come in and do the sitting. I came in to Dress for Success, and it changed everything. It's funny because a lot of people always just assume that Dress for Success is just that, a suit, that's what they're doing is pushing you out. When I was leaving out, she confirmed to me and affirmed to me, you're going to get that job. I went to my job interview 2 days later, got the job, called Dress for Success, contacted at the time, it was the program coordinator was Lisa Ralph, and I called her and she's like, you know what, PWG is a professional women's group. We would love to include you. Now that you have a job, let's give you some more skills on professionalism and other ways to promote yourself. We have a meeting this Saturday. Can you come? I said, I absolutely can. And that's how I did it. And that first meeting that I went to on that Saturday was a Dare to Dream workshop, and it changed everything. Dare to Dream is just that. You are investing in yourself, the opportunity and the willingness to see yourself and your potential and value in what you want to do. They had me put together a vision board. Literally, they had me creatively come up. What are your desires? What are your passions? What is driving you? You know, beyond the job, beyond getting the job. What's your motivation behind it? And I had to think all outside of the box because I was coming from a level of desperation to the fact that I didn't think anything was going to be possible anymore. So at that point, the Dare to Dream was like hope, faith, commitment, discipline, passion, all of that. For me, the Professional Women's Group gave me insight to other resources. I mean, who would have ever thought that coming into Dress for Success for a suiting would have led to all the resources that came after that? And there were a lot, and they all came from the PWG membership. I actually graduated from PWG as a lifelong member in 2011. They actually allowed me to participate in a financial literacy course. My son now has a 529 college savings account. Now I went to an advanced financial literacy class. It just takes you to a whole nother level, and it makes you responsible. Empowerment, you know, literally empowerment. That's what they give you. I also tell people all the time that it's literally a desire of enrichment. I mean, constantly helping you promote yourself further in the job, and then encouragement. I mean, that's the number one thing. Just letting you know that they're there for you, what you need, the goals career-wise that you're desiring to do. They can show you how to do it. They have coaching. I've actually went through a life coach process where I learned a lot about myself, and I learned my top 5 strengths, and that has let me identify who I am and what I'm really about. A lot of times people tell you to focus on the weakness, but PWG tells you to focus on those strengths. I have to pay it forward. What they've done for me, I have to continue. And that's why I'm so passionate about my volunteerism to Dress for Success. You know, I really want people to understand that it's an investment. Don't think of it as just an event to go to and that you're just fundraising for an organization that gives suits to women. That's not what it's about. When we take clothing drives, the women that come in and donate their items, and they're like, I don't know if someone can use it. And I'm like, oh, we have someone that can use that very outfit that you think is not important. It will literally change a person, putting on something totally different. There's some women that I know from the PWG sisterhood that had never wore a suit until they came here. It's amazing. That's what you're doing. You're investing in women the opportunity to become self-sufficient. I'm asking you all to give what you can so that women like me and you can become self-sufficient and make a difference in this community. Help Dress for Success make a difference by investing in all women.
We support Dress for Success.
Thank you, PWG, for helping us dare to dream.
That's awesome. Yeah, there you go.